Hey guys, I am Dr. Purvi. I am a naturopathy doctor and an AFN certified nutritionist. I've just completed my master's in King's College London, and today I wanted to work with analytical minds to have a detailed discussion on the scope, salaries, and market demand of a BNYS graduate. So I'm super excited to get into it and share my opinions with you. And just a disclaimer, these are my opinions and what I think to be true. If you have different sources, you can definitely look into them. This is what I find true. So first question, what are the best paid health education degree courses after 12th? Honestly, I don't know if I know the answer to this, but if I had to pick, I would say all healthcare can be extremely lucrative if you are a people-oriented person. You are passionate about studies because you have to study for a long time, and you like to take on different kind of challenges. You like solving problems. Then I think any healthcare degree could be very lucrative for you. And I don't know the answer to this, but this is my my answer. And the next question is, how does a BNYS graduate start earning initially? You could get a job right off the bat. You could work as a lecturer. You could join a hospital. You could work as a paid intern. There's loads of opportunities. It's really up to, I think, what interests you and where you see your career in 5 or 10 years. You should start picking jobs which go towards that. But I would definitely say you may not earn a lot of money initially, but don't go for a job which just pays money. Look for a job which teaches you skills which will help you earn more money later, if you know what I mean. Okay. And the next question was the career options and respective salary ranges and the market demand for different careers after BNYS. Okay, so about this, you could get into being a lecturer. If you do your MD and then become a lecturer, I think the pay grade is pretty good. It's a very respectable profession. Obviously, you're literally educating the future of the country, so that's lovely. And the working hours are very fixed. It's not stressful like a hospital environment. And that's one career option. I would say the salary range, I really don't know, but last time I checked, it was like around, I think, 50,000, 40,000 a month if you do an MD. If it's just right out of BNYS, it could be anywhere between 18 to maybe 35,000 a month. And this is again the last time I checked, so I really don't know the current rates. If you work as a researcher, again, it depends what the research project is and who's funding it. But if you get into a reputable either government institution or a big university like SVIASA, you could be earning anywhere between 50 to 75,000 rupees a month. This is again what I know. I don't know if it's completely true and accurate. Don't kill me. You could also work as a yoga teacher. You could work as a yoga therapist. This is a very lucrative option for you because if you're a good yoga therapist, you charge obviously by the hour. And I have colleagues who charge anywhere between 500 rupees an hour to 3,000 rupees an hour. And even if you have 6 patients and you teach 6 hours a day, you can calculate and see how much money you're going to earn with that. Yeah, it's a good standard of living. Nutritionists, well, this is my line of work as well. Again, it depends on how successful you are at giving results, how good you are with people, how good you are at putting yourself out there. But you could earn anywhere between 20,000 to 10 lakhs or 15 lakhs a month. Like literally, that is very, very possible with a little bit of planning, little bit of organization, and obviously experience. Like you can't expect to earn really good like right out of your career. But if you keep at it, there's a lot of good money to be made there. You could go on and qualify to become a dietitian. That is another very lucrative. Okay, sorry, it's not as lucrative. What am I saying? Okay. Okay, so to be a dietitian, you have to actually do another course in nutrition and dietetics, and that could qualify you to work in hospitals, and that's quite lucrative as well. You could work as a medical officer. This is a very respectable position, but I don't know how much it pays. I think it depends on the size of the hospital where you're working. So obviously, again, it depends on seniority. So if you're a junior medical officer, you can't expect too much of a salary initially, but again, with experience comes knowledge, and obviously comes money as well. And You could work just as a naturopathy doctor, you could work in a hospital administration job. These would range, again, I'm giving very ballpark figures, between 30 to 50,000 a month is what I would be kind of guessing is a realistic amount. You could work as an Ayush practitioner, as in you could work for the government of India. This is like top class job, guys. Like if you can get this, like apparently if you there's something called International Yoga Day, which happens every year, which is to celebrate yoga worldwide. So if you can get selected as a teacher for International Yoga Day, the government will literally fly you to different countries, and like you can teach yoga in like Japan and all that, like once a year. It's very nice and high respect, reputable, good money, and it's fun as well. So I mean, I haven't done this obviously, but I know people who've done it, and this is what they say. You could also obviously work as a blogger, a content writer. You could, if you're good at expressing yourself, you could do it in your vernacular language. Like, I'm Kannadiga, for example. So if I was good enough at Kannada, I could potentially write for newspapers, I could write blogs, I could write for magazines. The pay isn't too good, but you will get a lot of publicity, and in turn that will help you establish your private practice. So I would say that if there's something you could do in this field, like if you're good at communication, this is something you should definitely be exploring. How can a BNYS graduate get job offers from abroad? I have no idea. To be honest, I have no idea how you do this. I think the first thing is that our degree is not recognized in a lot of countries because we do naturopathy and yoga, unlike in other countries where it's either just naturopathy or yoga. So having said that, we actually have a lot of knowledge. So it's about putting yourself out there and kind of establishing your career, showing people what skills you have, what you can offer, and then you might have to write some exams, you might have to do some qualification. It really depends on country to country how to practice legally. What I would say is start writing to people. Like if you want to get a job, no one's going to come and give it to you. You have to go and run behind people and not just say give me a job, but you have to actually prove your worth, because someone's not going to pay you to do something unless you're doing something that they can't do themselves. So you have to be really great at your job and you have to put yourself out there. So there's a lot of persistence involved. Like I have friends who've applied to maybe like 30-40 companies to get into one. So that's like just very, very common. It doesn't matter how smart you are or how good you are, the market is huge. So there's a lot of competition from different countries, different healthcare professionals. So if you want to stand out, you have to be good at what you do, passionate about what you do, and patient and persistent. You can't expect results overnight. It doesn't happen like that, unfortunately. But that's what I have to say about it. And what degrees can be pursued after BNYS in India and abroad? Which one is the most lucrative? So you can pursue any kind of masters, like any science-based masters. It's a little more difficult to get into, to be honest, because BNYS is again not recognized outside of India. You have to prove your worth in gold. Like it was really difficult for me to get into my masters, to be honest, because they just said you're a BNYS graduate, so you don't know like enough to keep up with the masters. I proved them wrong, and I think they're really glad with the decision they made after taking me. So all I can say is that you can go for, I think MPH, Masters in Public Health, is very easy to get into. You can get into any kind of commerce related, like if you want to do a degree in business, you want to do a degree in like any kind of marketing, communication, that kind of thing. Obviously you can get in through this. I mean, I don't know the application procedure, but I know it's possible to get in. When it comes to the sciences, obviously you have to prove your weight in gold, especially if it means a clinical masters, which means one where you get to work with people. So if you're doing a master's in physiology or you're doing a master's in anatomy, it might be slightly easier to get in. But if you're handling people and patients, so for example, if you're getting into nutrition, you want to get into midwifery, things like this, then you really have to prove your weight in gold. As I said, kind of tell people that you know what you're doing. Which degree is most lucrative? Acupuncture is very lucrative. Nutrition is very lucrative. Massage therapy is very lucrative, but you have to actually do the massage, so it's not as easy as it sounds. Yoga is extremely lucrative. So the market is also hyper-saturated for yoga, to be honest. So you really have to stand out to do good in yoga. Like you have to be very, very senior in terms of knowing the classical perspective of yoga, knowing proper hatha yoga, like the classical texts, the indications, the contraindications, because everybody here does better yoga than most Indians I know, because they're extremely passionate about it and they go the extra mile to practice extra. so all the flips and bends they can do. But where you can stand out is knowing the sutras, knowing the clinical indications, knowing the textual stuff can actually help you get a better job in yoga abroad.